To solve this problem, which one of the following transfer functions corresponds to inverse response with positive gain? Out of this, which one corresponds to? Out of this, which one corresponds to an inverse response with positive gain? How do you find inverse response? But all these things you have to find the response for a step input. Take a unit, these are the transfer functions, let's say y by x. Take x equal to 1 by x. Find the inverse Laplace transform. Then you will find the response. Then you have to find the slopes. How do you find the gain? Inverse response with a positive gain. How do you find the gain? We have done in the chapter 3 now. Final value theorem. So just y by x equal to transfer function x equal to 1 by s. Using final value theorem, what is the gain? So your gain, finding of gain is easy. The entire logic, put s equal to 0 in the transfer function will give you the gain. Sorry, I have lost the screen. So I will write the transfer functions again. So what are the given transfer functions? Let's analyze each one. Let's take the first one. 1 by minus 2 by 3s plus 1. What is the gain? Gain means this is y by x. Then what do you do? X equal to 1 by s. Then final value term, ss will cancel. So directly put s equal to 0. Put s equal to 0 in transfer function will give you gain. So what do you get gain here? 1 minus 2 minus 1. So negative gain. So this will not be answer. So you can eliminate option 1. So what is option 2? 2 by s plus 1 minus 5 by s plus 10. What is the gain here? 2 minus 5 by 10. So positive. So you can take out option 1, but cannot take out option 2. Option 3. 0.5 s minus 1 into 3 divided by 2s plus 1 into s plus 1. So what is the gain? Minus 3. So you can take out this option also. Fourth one, 5 by s plus 1 minus 3 by 2s plus 1. What is the gain? 2. So option 2 and option 4 which are left. So you can take out two options. Basically option 2 and option 4 has the positive gain. So what are the transfer functions which are left? This is 1. S plus 10. So for this, we need to find slopes of initial response. Slopes of response at time t equal to 0. Let's take first example. Let's take this one and check. This one and we'll check. So 2 by s plus 1. 2 by s plus 1. 2 by s plus 1. Let's find the slopes. Minus 5 by s plus 10, which is equal to y by x. So what is x? Let's take 1 by s. Then what is y? 1 by s into 2 by s plus 1 minus 5 by s plus 10. Now if we split this into transfer functions, 1 by s into 2 by s plus 1 minus 1 by s into 5 by 10 by s by 10 plus 1. A by s into kp by tau s plus 1. So do you remember? Inverse of Laplace inverse of a by s into kp by tau s plus 1 is kp into a into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. If you remember that, you can do that one. Otherwise, you just split into partial fractions and do. This is 2 into 1 minus e power minus tau minus 5 by tau into 1 minus e power minus t into 10. So it is dy by dt 2 into e power minus t minus 5 by 10 into 10 into e power minus t by 10. So is it this dy dp or not? Dy by dt 2 into 1 by e minus t. So if you differentiate, then you will get this one. So what is dy by dt at time t equal to 0? 2 minus 5, which is minus 3. So negative slope. So if you take the response, initially it starts with negative slope and then it settles at what is the gain that you are getting for this one? Second question. Gain is 2 minus 5 by 10, which is 15 by 10, which is 3 by 2. 1.5. This is y with respect to time. So this is inverse response with positive gain. No, it is not minus 10t. Differentiate, you will get minus 10 only. No? But already you have minus sign, so minus minus will become positive. E raised to minus 10t, Baba, but when you differentiate, is it minus 10t? Okay. Then correct here also, sorry. Then 10t, okay, sorry. Here I have written correct. Negative gain means, suppose if we have, let's say, negative slope and negative gain. So let's, if you can plot something like this, let's say negative slope plus negative gain. How is the response? This is how the response. Suppose negative slope plus positive gain. That is what we have done now. Initially decreases and then increases. Positive slope, negative, positive gain. This is how the response. Next one is positive slope plus negative gain. So importance is here. So these are no surprise, but this kind of systems, these are some special systems. Yeah, you have in reality, boiler is a negative gain, negative slope and positive gain system. Boiler is an inverse response with positive gain system. Write this problem. The unit step response of the transfer function. The unit step response of the unit step response of the transfer function 2s minus 1 by 2s minus 1 by 3s plus 1 into 4s plus 1. Reaches its final steady state asymptotically after. So 4 options: a monotonic increase, B, a monotonic decrease, C, initially increasing and then decreasing, D, initially decreasing then increasing. So we will have 4 types. So as I said before, if you get negative slope, negative gain, then a monotonic decrease. If you get negative slope with positive gain, initially decreasing and then increasing. So like this. So this is also a gate question. Boiler is an example of, I'll teach that example after this, that concept after this example. The monotonic decrease, not correct. What is gain? Gain means that put s equal to 0. So minus 1. So minus 1 means negative gain. So then how many options you will have? Either going like this or increasing and then going like this. So your answer of, let's say, monotonic increase will not be correct. Initially decreasing and then increasing will also not be correct. Either monotonic decrease or monotonic increase. Then for that one, what do? You have to find the source. So what is y by x is equal to 2s minus 1 by cs plus 1 into 4s plus 1. So what is x? 1 by s. So what is y equal to? Now split this into partial fractions. A by s, b by 3s plus 1, c by 4s plus 1. What is ABC? What is ABC values? I hope everybody knows how to split into partial fractions. A is minus 5. Okay, A is 5. B is minus 6. Somebody says A is 5, B is minus 6. What is C? What is C? Okay, I think I got different answers. Let's see which one is right. So what are you getting? So I'm getting variety of answers. See, another way of solving is, let's take this y by s y equal to 1 by s into 2s minus 1 by 3s plus 1 into 4s plus 1. Let's split internally what are the, let's say 3s plus 1, 4s plus 1. This is A plus this is B. Then what is A and B? This is 1, this is minus 2. Then what happens? 4s plus 1 minus 6s minus 2. What is A and B? So this is A, this is P. Or let's say, let's not confuse, this is P plus this is Q. What is 4P plus 3Q is equal to 2. P plus Q equal to minus 1. Multiply 4, this is 4. We do 1 minus 2, minus Q equal to minus plus minus Q equal to 2 minus of minus 4 is 6. What is Q equal to? Minus 6. Then P plus Q equal to minus 1. So Q equal to minus 2. Q equal to 5. What is P? This is minus 6. Then what is your Y is? 1 by S into 5 by 3S plus 1 minus 6 by 4S plus 1. Okay. Now 1 by S into, this is 5 by 3S plus 1. 1 by S into 6 by 4S plus 1. Now you know the formula. This is KPI into 1 minus E power minus T by 2. 1 minus E power minus T by 3 minus 6 into 1 minus E power minus T by 4. This is Y. What is dy by dt? 5 into 1 by 3 into E power minus T by 3 minus 6 into 1 by 4 into E power minus T by 4. So at time t equal to 0, 5 by 3 minus 6 by 4. So what is the slope? Positive. Positive slope. What does mean by positive slope? So positive slope means gain is negative, but slope is positive. So initially increasing and then decreasing is the answer. Just follow the solution one more time. So then I told that I'll tell an example of, let's say, inverse response. So what is the example of inverse response with positivity? So you have a boiler, something like this. How does the boiler looks like? So this is the boiler. The level is like this. See, boiler, what comes is you are getting a vapor here. You are getting a vapor. The boiler, this, you have a vapor droplets. Suppose if you are generating steam at, let's say, 5 bar, then what is the boiling temperature? How do you know the, see, boiling point corresponds to 5 bar is just fifth root of 1 power 4. Is this thumb rule? Can somebody tell me what is 5 power 1.25? Which is 1.49. So you can say the boiling point is 149. Clear, 149. So the entire water which is here, this is at 149. The vapors are also at 149. So the steam generated is also 149. So because you are, whatever you are supplying is basically the latent heat. So you have a coils inside. So let's say this is how the coils which are inside. Coils inside. So they are generating the steam at 149. Suppose suddenly if you add water, what do you expect? The level will increase or decreases? Suppose if you add water which is at 50 degrees, then what happens is, when you add water at 50 degrees, all the bubbles, because this entire thing is at 149, suddenly the liquid temperature will start below 149. The liquid temperature will become, let's say, 80 degrees, for example, because 50 degrees liquid is mixing with the 149. So when the liquid temperature has become 80, all the bubbles will become liquid. So all the bubbles will collapse. When the bubble collapses, the level decreases. So the level is here. Let's say this is the point. When you add the liquid initially, the level decreases. When all the bubbles collapses, then the level will start to rise, and then the level will reach a new set point. So this is an inverse response with positive gain. So that is why level control of a boiler is extremely important in the plant, because if a boiler shut down, so you have to take the shutdown of most of the plants in refinery, because most of the plants will have boiling steam as a heating medium. So that is why even in the boiler, level control is extremely careful. That is why when you are applying the level controller, you will do feedback and feed forward, both the controllers together. Because what happens is, why there is important is, when the level decreases, there is a trip of the boiler. Suppose level is 2 meters. Suppose my coil is here. My coil is sitting at, let's say, 0.5 meters. So the coil should not be exposed without the water is the question, is the concept. Because if the coil is, this coil is carrying the flue gas which is hot at 1000 degrees. Suppose if there is no medium which takes the heat, the coils will take overheat and then they will spoil. So just take an example in your, if you have a water heater in your house, just put the water heater on and then leave it without the water. It will just get bad in, let's say, 1 or 2 minutes itself. That is as good as this example. So you have a trip at 1 meter for safe side, 0.5 meters below you should not go. So that is why you have a safety. If the level goes below 1 meter, then you should trip the boiler. When the boiler trips, then this steam is received by many plants. No, in the MEB I told you what is the use of steam. Why use the use of steam? Because the steam is the one which is actually generating heat for most of the heaters. So that is, suppose if the boiler trips, that is where it starts from 2 meters. Suppose if this bottom comes below 1 meter, then the plant will trip, boiler will trip. That is why when the level is going down, so you have to be extremely careful. I think if somebody works in the plant, they will appreciate this example more. So if you are only with the theoretical knowledge, understanding this example will be slightly difficult. So this is the point. So somebody is asking this question, in which model PID controller is used? I am not getting your question. See, this is not important for gate point of view. See, what I'm saying is, so at time t equal to 0, liquid is at 149, gas is also, vapor also at 149. So boiler means it is saturated vapor, so you have the vapor bubbles. That is why level is at 2 meters. Suppose if all the bubble collapses, then the level will decrease. No, that is what happens when you add water at 150 degrees. Suppose if I add water at 149, nothing will happen. If I add water, subcooled water, then all the liquid will mix. Then the liquid temperature goes below 149. Then heat will transfer from the vapors to the liquid. Then the vapor bubbles will collapse. That is where level decreases. When all the vapor bubble collapses, then there is no further decrease. No, so that is why later on the level will starts to increase. So the thumb rule for finding out the boiling point is any pressure. Suppose if I want to find out at 50 bar, just 50 power 1/4. This is how the plant people will do the boiling point, because you cannot always go to steam. This may not give exact number, but this may give the rough number. So you cannot go to steam tables always, no. So okay, I think we'll stop it here. Maybe we'll continue tomorrow. So with this one, chapter 2 is completed. So maybe one problem is there for chapter 2 that I have saved it for tomorrow. When we start, I'll start with the problem. Tomorrow I'll start with chapter 5, where I'll explain you cascade control and feed forward control. See, the circle of plus minus indicates the sign of the signals. The signal where plus is coming, plus signal, minus is coming, minus. 149 is not the pressure, 149 is the boiling point. At 5 bar, its boiling point is 149. Maybe we can solve one more problem in chapter, but we can solve tomorrow. That circle is a junction box. Turn down ratio means up to what? Like in the control valves, you have the turn down ratio concept, because in the control valve, if you see, let's say this is what is control valve, then this is my stem. The stem cannot come to almost to the 100%. Suppose if it comes to 100%, it is always fluctuating. That is why you will operate the control valve, let's say at 30% opening minimum, or let's say 25% opening minimum, so that there will not be any fluctuations of the flow. Suppose if I want to operate 5%, then you have a very low space here. So that means you cannot operate a control valve with 5% opening. Suppose if a control valve flow is 500 tons, you can't operate at 50 tons. So can you split the partial fractions? Do you know how to split the partial fractions for 1 by s square? into s plus 1. Do you know how to split the partial fractions? I realized everybody is 10. You have to write s square plus c by s plus 1. Can somebody tell me what is ABC? So when you have s square, this is how you should write. So what you can do is, otherwise, if you can take this one, you can write it as 1 by s into 1 by s into s plus 1. This is little more 1 by s into, what is 1 by s into s plus 1? 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 1. Then 1 by s will come. This is 1 by s square minus 1 by s into s plus 1. So what you can do here, this is further. Further is 1 by s square minus 1 by s minus 1 plus 1 by s plus 1. One by s plus 1. So this is another way. In that way, what is A is 1, B is minus 1, C is 1. Okay? Okay, all. Enjoy the day.